All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started. I'm Yoni Valley, and welcome to another episode of Star Technology, where I was working a little bit on the side, and I was thinking to myself, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and put together this, the system on a chip version of the LV processor. I was gonna bring you guys in and do it together so we could celebrate the fact that we done that, and then maybe move over to the MV1. It's kind of cool, we're gonna have a clean room. I've already got all the clean room stuff. I've got the machines down. We're gonna have this, and then I ran into a problem. My pickaxe broke. No problem, I said. We all got together individually, every one of you. We had an individual conversation and came to the conclusion that I should just make a tungsten steel drill. You may notice the problem here. It already works on a 9x9x9 basis. So when I went to go mine that block right there, which I can't see, I can't even fix it because, okay, so fine. There's a button you can use to, it doesn't change anything. You just shift right click. Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna go rebuild a bunch of these machines. I'm gonna go do that off camera. It's not too bad. Like over in here, I think all it did was break the bricks. That's no big deal. So these ones are fine, and I think on these ones it should just be one machine that it broke. I think I've got two signalum wire, and that just goes right there. So it's not like it's going to be one wrist to fix. I cannot figure out though if I broke this brick, it must go forward. Oh man, see that's rough. Anyways, I looked at that, and all I could envision was like that entire area was a wasteland. I forgot that it was over here, and these are making my crates. So we've got aluminum crates, stainless steel crates, not tungsten steel yet because I don't have enough tungsten steel for that to happen. And I have no space in my inventory anymore because I had to pick up all the stuff. It's all in my backpack too. So yeah, I'm gonna go take care of that. I actually need to. I've had a couple of meetings and I've been out here for a little while, and I need to go actually cool off. This is one of the first times that I felt like, oh, I might be starting to get a little heat stroke. But I wanted to bring you guys in before I started repairing it, so you could laugh. So like, why did the glowstone break? What the heck, man? So frustrating. It's not gonna take very long to fix, but I don't want to do it on camera. Instead, you're gonna watch me jump back and forth like a small child. I don't know if you've ever tried breaking down a wall inside a house if you're like reconfiguring, but if you've got kids around, they're always like, "Whoa, I go through the wall now," and they do this for like, I don't know, minutes, anyways. So I will be back in just a moment, and we'll take a look at what we're doing next. All right, we're back. It took a lot longer than I thought to get that all squared away. There's a technical term, according to Dwight Schrute, Perfektenschlag. That does not, I mean, the alternate definition describes what's going on here. So we're gonna make the LV tier microchips. That's cool. I'm having fun with that. I didn't think about the fact that this recipe is MV, but this is the recipe we're gonna use, and it's EV. So I can't even use any of these that are here. I laid everything out so we could just get it done. That's going to have to be another episode because I'm done with this. If you recall, I'm sure you recall, it was like 2 seconds for you. This whole area was all destroyed. Yikes. It took a lot longer to rebuild than I thought it was going to. It shouldn't have. It just did. Like, none of the machines dropped anything that was inside of them, so I had to go remake a bunch of parts, and yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But, okay, so we have another problem. I made the drill. And I thought, oh, that's fun. I'm not going to subject you to some of the horrors, but listen. No, I don't think so. Every time. I don't think so. If I vein mine this, we get the sound of all 22 at once. Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's a lot. It made me jump every time. I would know it was coming, and I'd still be like, what? So I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So we're going to try something else. It's a novel approach. I'm not sure you've ever seen anything quite like this. But we are going to make this thing called a pickaxe. Yep, that's what we're doing, because it was a lot. I don't like that sound at all. Well, okay, I don't mind the sound. I mind how long it is and the fact that it's every single time. It may have something to do with the fact that I kept picking up my headphones, and every time I picked my headphones to put it back on, it would bump the sound up by like a couple of notches. So by the end, I didn't realize it, but it was running about 3 times normal volume. It was a lot. So pickaxe it is. That's the point. I'm going to put this in our tool chest, and I think it might not be skyblock at some of the other islands. Yep. Okay, so we've got a bunch of stuff we need to do, but I'm not feeling any of it anymore. It was a hot day today. It was 101 out here, and I actually gave myself heat stroke. So that was not ideal. Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. We're going to run over here. Oh, come on. This one makes oak, and oak is what we're using for basically everything. We've got like 8 million. This one's making potatoes, which is what makes our fertilizer, which makes the fermented biomass, which fuels a lot of our production. I'm thinking it might need to get upgraded, but that's going to be IV. So what I'm thinking is that we swap this one over to a different production, because I'm running into an issue, and I've fixed it several times, and it just won't stay fixed. And basically, that's supposed to be drilling fluid, and it is completely empty. So this guy's not running, and because this guy's not running, we're not getting any of those, which means we're not getting any ores. It is running, but the problem is, let's see if I can find it first time this time. It is down this way. Dang it, not this one. 779. No, that's hydrofluoric acid. Why is hydrofluoric acid not going? So what I'm deciding is we have to stop with the ender tanks. I like the centralized production model, especially in this, but it's just not working at all. So where is my hairbrush? We just came down from there. The problem comes in that okay, that has to get moved over too. This has to get moved over at some point. Everything has to get moved over. Yes. I'm feeling very Michael Scott today, if you can't tell. This is drilling fluid. It's empty. This is drilling fluid. It's got water. It's got stone dust. No lubricant. Why? Because the lubricant's still filling up here. Why is it still filling up here? Well, for one, because I changed this guy. In fact, we're going to just drop it down a little bit. That's fine. Okay, well, so that's going, but you notice that it's just not making it very fast. So what I'm thinking is, let's go produce drilling fluid, point of use. And so then that brings up the question of, wait a second, why did that... it looked like it disappeared for a second. Part of the other issue, well, creosote's flowing now. It wasn't flowing before. Well, whatever. Point is, this creosote is just not... I mean, we get 24... We get 48 per tick, which it looks like it's enough to run this, but you know, it's obviously not enough to get this going. Let's find something else. So we got two options. If we're gonna make drilling fluid, we can. We have to start with lubricant, right? Obviously. Oh wait, yeah. It's the lubricant. Lubricant's the bottleneck. So we can use seed oil, creosote, seed oil, or oil. Oh, we've got lots of options. We should just use oil. We don't have oil. Okay, so we've been distilling. Oh, that's I didn't even look at that. I was looking at making a distillation tower, and in the distillation tower we can use fish oil, seed oil, or creosote. The seed oil is not bad because If we bump this up to EV, we're running the sub-tick parallels, I think, right? Well, no, but still, it's going to be making lubricant that fast. So then we're limited on fish oil. That's no big deal. Same thing with seed oil. If we go here and here, seed oil, right? So we just need to get 24 millibuckets of seed oil. Bam. Great. Okay, well, it turns out in order to get seed oil, we can use crystallized sunflower oil. It only works, it looks like, in the distillery, not in the distillation tower. But if we run that on an EV, it's 15 seconds to get 400 millibuckets of seed oil, which, let's run that out. If we do that, that is 200, 300 ticks, and we need 2400, so that's still not enough to keep the lubricant going constantly. Okay, I'm gonna pause it for a second because I'm gonna go look through the other. No, you know what? We'll do it here real quick because I feel like you guys still want to see some of what's going on there. Okay, so if we're gonna get lubricant, brewery might be the way. Soapstone creosote gives us a bucket. So all of these are a bucket to a bucket, and maybe you found this out before I did. Seed oil is still 15 seconds. So by the time, even if we did this at HV, we're not going to get anywhere near enough for that. So that's out. Oil's out. Seed oil, creosote. So we're still stuck on creosote. We had to figure out how to get the creosote over there. And I'm trying to figure out how we're going to do it without using the ender tanks. So with creosote, we can use soapstone dust or redstone, and we got enough redstone that'll work for me. Or talc, but we don't have talc either. Okay, so we're looking at this recipe here. .6 seconds, 0.8 seconds. That might be worth doing, but we might be running out of creosote if we do that. So we might be looking at having to balance it. Not sure that that's worth it. I'm stumped. I really am. I'm gonna pause it for a second and I'm gonna close my eyes for a second and just think. I'll be back. Okay, let's work our way back. We don't need any of these, so I don't care about those. The only thing I care about is this raw ore slurry. We got 4 of these running, and that part's fine. It's going to take 8 seconds per. So we need 20 buckets of drilling fluid every 8 seconds. That's going to change over time, but we can adapt. So that is 2.5 buckets every second. So if we look at getting drilling fluid, we get 5 buckets every 0.8 seconds. So this recipe will work. That answers that question. Okay, so this step is fine, but I was looking at this and we cut the time down by 3/4 if we use distilled water. The problem is we need to get 5 buckets of distilled water, and this isn't going to cut it. This isn't going to cut it unless we go with the big mega distillery, but we're not ready for that yet. And again, the issue is I'm not comfortable moving fully into IV until we've got the titanium running pretty constantly, because we're still stuck at EV stuff, which is all support for the IV infrastructure. This won't work because I didn't realize it, but this doesn't have perfect. Yeah. We could use the large fractionating distillery, but I think that requires the watertight casings. Yeah, and we're not ready for that either yet, because again, we don't have the titanium to support it. And this one is going to be 4 seconds to get half a bucket, which is well below what we're going to need, right? Because if we do half a bucket in 4 seconds, then this is going to, we may as well just be using LV at that point. Yeah, and that's not even close. That means that it's going to take, this is not the limiter. It'll take 40 seconds and to get 5 buckets, which is, we need 2.5 buckets a second. So that's not close. So this one is going to be way faster because that means that this is not the limiter. This is the limiter. And since we only need 20 millibuckets per 3 seconds, any of these would work as long as they were dedicated. So I guess what I'm seeing is seed oil might just be the way to go. Okay, so we're back to the original plan. It'll all work as long as I've got the seed oil. So let's go swap this over here. I hate running back from there. I need to put a... I'm hesitant to put another doohickey there. Travel anchor, because it's already so confusing looking at it. This is a super chest one. Right, so let's pull this out. And I guess put it right there. Pull this out, put it right there. I think I've still got a few things running on. In fact, we'll pull this out and put it back over here and be confused later. Okay, so this should be good to go. And pull that out. Why is that not running? Shouldn't that be running? Huh. Oh, it was. It's so fast, though, it didn't care. All right. That'll work. That'll work. Okay, so if I come in here and I switch this to a crop greenhouse, I already have sunflowers. They're up here. And they were going to go... Can I even see it from up here? I can't. They were going to go... Oh, see, this is nice. That's a good view. It makes me feel good. I was showing my buddy. He's been playing. He's got 2 little girls. And so he's been like, oh, I'm kind of getting into Minecraft. Can you come play with them? So, because I don't know how to do anything. And I was like, all right, well, how about we get my daughter to do it? Because she's big into vanilla. So I was showing him modded stuff. And he's like, that's too much for me. But he was super impressed that I'd built all this. And that made me feel good. Water. Okay, so this is potato. Oh, that's right. We're up here to get sunflowers. Let's go ahead and just take all of them. And I've got more downstairs, so I'm not real worried about using all of these. All right, so if I just throw these in here, are you just going to go? No. Why? Because crop greenhouse, it needs a 3 with fertilizer. Okay. Let's give it some fertilizer. Do I have another input hatch or input bus? I don't. So let's go do that. I've got LV input buses somewhere. Oh, I do right there. Okay. And then the ender drawers haven't been a problem, so that'll be okay. Let's go ahead and put you right here. Good, that works. And no, I need it up here. That's right. So all the way up. And I was thinking about adding a couple more pagodas here because we've gone down to like -26. Maybe we go higher too, just for funsies. I don't know. We'll see. One of these. There we go. So this bone meal is literally just making bone meal. It's not actually hooked up to anything, which I think is funny. Yeah, we'll see. So left click. And we do run into problems with the Pyrolice ovens. That's going to have to get changed around one of these days. I may just build like a whole pile of them. That was the original goal, was to make a whole pile of them. And it got boring because, we'd already done it. So we may go back and see that fixed. So that is not where I want that, is it? Because that is the output bus. Okay. So you've got sunflower, program circuit 3. You're not running. Because why? 3 fertilizer, sunflower, because it makes 2 outputs. So we need a bigger output hatch or output bus. And that's fine. We should have an MV output bus. No, we don't. Okay. Those are all going to get automated here soon, but you can see the issues I'm running into. It's not actually hard to do the automations. You just set up a pattern and do it over and over again. The issue is that I'm getting a little burnt out on it. It's really a thing that we need to have done, though, so I don't have to keep going back and manually making some of this stuff. But oofda. It's not interesting enough. I don't feel like to do it on camera because it's literally the same thing over and over again. It seems much more interesting to update you on it, but at the same token, it's not. Can I get? There we go. Okay. So if I swap you out, and in fact, let's go ahead and just. I know it's different from the other ones, but we're gonna go ahead and move this over here. And now it's working, but it's turned off because if I have it turned on, I can hear that everywhere, and I don't want to. So that's all that it is. Okay, but you've got the sunflowers, so we can hit it with a super chest. We will set the output to the super chest to the right. And no, we won't. We will set the output to the super chest. Oh, that is so fast. It's only taking HV, and it's giving me a stack and change every cycle. All right, nice. I like it. I like it a lot. So you're going to go there, and we'll hit it with a robot arm. Again, not because it matters, but because at the end of the day, I don't like having the stuff in my inventory and throwing it away. It's not expensive, but you know, it's the principle of the deal. We will lock it. We will snag the frequency, and I love it. I really like the fact that those are the frequencies. I just wish it was easier to remember. Like I could write it down, but you know, I'm writing down rotting flesh, music disc, something egg, nether quartz, something egg. There's no description, which is non-ideal in my book. Yeah, so this goes away. Okay, and that can go away. And, oh man, we'll put the spruce logs away. I feel bad taking them and not using them. Okay, so I've said okay so many times. I'm not nervous. You ever be enjoying yourself, but you just had kind of something down? Like the fact that I can't do the one automation I wanted to do, it's kind of got me a little bit funky. Yeah. Right. So we have that. What we need to do now is make these guys. So in order to make the sunflower oil, we need a brewery. Okay, let's look and see if we have any breweries. I might have accidentally made some. I did not. I have MV breweries. Okay, so once we make the brewery, we make the crystallized sunflower oil, and that's going to require amethyst shards. So we're going to just put the amethyst shards that we're sifting in now, but later I'm going to set up, we can do there's a cycle, I think, that we can do for that, and that might be fun as well. This is all going to be HV, because I think that'll be fast enough. And we'll put the sunflower in, the amethyst shards, we get crystallized sunflower oil. It's a little reduction, but if we look at the sunflower oil, oh, doesn't do anything. Oh, what does refined sunflower oil do? We need it for okay, so we need this anyways. It doesn't matter. We're not going to use it this way. But that drops down into 400 buckets of seed oil, and then that's what we can turn into lubricant in a brewery even. Yes. Okay. Okay, so we're going to make 2 breweries and a mixer. We have the mixers. That we definitely have. It's the distillery I knew I had. Okay. So we need the mixer. And I will be... Well, what's a brewery require? I do like to bring you guys along on these. It's a Canthal Spring. That is actually doable. We can do that real quick. So, let's run down here and get 1, 2 of those. Over here. Yes. And those can go over here with the long rod extruder. I love that. It makes me chuckle every time. Done. And then that goes into the bender, which is this guy down here, actually. I think it's just a one. Yes, okay. So we got the two of those. And then we just need the tempered glass, the pump, HV circuits. And this is where I've been going to get all my stuff. We really need to make a ME system. It's time. So we needed 2 processors, right? HV, yeah. And you need gold cables. We got the machine holes. We need 2 pumps. You'll notice that HV pumps are going, but I haven't even started making the EV pumps. Just 2 pumps, right? Yeah. 4 processors, 2 pumps. If you'll recall, if we come over here to the motors. HV motors were full. We're backed up on everything. But we don't have any MV motors, and that's because, EV motors. And that's because I think the EV pistons are eating all of them. And we're just not getting any titanium in at all. We need it from the, it's just not coming in. This is what's going to fix that. Okay, so we've got that, we've got that, and all we need is the, gold cables. Gold cables are easy. They're over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why the doors are all open. That's really disappointing over there. I was super looking forward to being like, final ultimate form of the Multi-Mixer Maxi XDX 12.9 until we switch everything over to multi-blocks just for funsies. Right, so tempered glass is, actually this is probably the easiest place to get the tempered glass. I have a little bit stashed out here. And there we go. Okay, so I don't need the HV energy hatch anymore, actually, because that was going to go into the LV motor maker. Instead, what I need is a HV energy converter, which this should be sufficient for, I hope. Let's look at the chain again. We're getting the sunflowers, so 1 to make the sunflower oil, 1 to make the crystallized sunflower oil, 1 to make the lubricant, 1 to make the drilling fluid. So that's 4. Sunflower oil is a brewery. That's the mixer. Lubricant is a brewery. And then we need another mixer. That's okay, so we actually need 2 mixers. Easy enough. Okay, so let's go over to here. And I'm trying to decide, do I do it up here or down there? And I kind of want to do it like right here. Replace that crafting table. Let's go see if there's stuff all in the way. So it's going to have to be right here. Not ideal, but it's fine. It's fine. Right, so this is going to be a stack, isn't it? It's just going to go, we're going to do it over 1. Yeah, we'll do it. In fact, we're going to do it over back 1. Right here. Let's do it up 1. Yeah, let's do it up 1 in the air, because I'm trying to maintain as many connections as possible. So the first one is the brewery. In fact, it's just brewery mixer. And maybe we switch this over to multi-blocks at some point. But that is brewery mixer. That'll work. It'll come out the front and go right up in there. Okay. So into the brewery is going to go sunflowers. Is that it? That's it. Sunflowers, brewery, done, go. Right? Yes. Excellent. So, you there. Nope. I don't know where the power is going to come from yet, so that's fine. Screwdriver, that's what I was missing. No, we need more than that. So let's go ahead and do the whole thing. And you have no power. Okay, so let's put the power tap right here. Yeah, that'll work. No, I just realized. Okay, actually, we're gonna have to run down and grab something. I'm gonna be right back. Nope, nope. You're gonna watch my shame. That's what that is. Because I can do that pretty quick. Right here. I'm out of flux points. I don't have enough for that one. This one here is my very last one, and I can't get to it. Oh, the shame. The shame. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this setup either, because it breaks the standard. I can see what's in there. I just can't access it, and that's not normal, but at the same token, you know, some room has to be made for the clean room. The only difference here is that this is all going to turn into EV stuff, but it makes me nervous to make that. I think it'll be okay because we don't have this isn't the right place. Oh, and you know what? I can run over here just while you're watching. And huh. I thought I threw some more. Oh, I know. I'm making iridium in the background. It's just I've done 28 stacks of the rarest metal. You're just staying there for now. 28 stacks of the rarest metal mixture, and that'll come in time. So over here, yes, you are gonna go. Yes, there, and then HV. So here, 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 and here. We can swap that out, and 1, nope, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now you're running. Perfect. 5 seconds to make half a bucket of sunflower oil. You're actually going to just push this straight up into here. I'm okay with that, because the liquids is okay, because the liquid's only going so far. Now you're going to need amethyst shards. And I think that'll be okay to just steal them from right here, because we actually get them. And in fact, we can look and see that we have 613,000. That might run out. That's what I'm learning, is that these things are not guaranteed. Now, because it's 3 up, I'm okay putting it right here. We can run underneath it. Nope. In fact, like so, and then robot arm here with the screwdriver input, and you're running just fine. Okay, you're 8 seconds. So this one is slower than this, because this is 10 seconds for a bucket, and this is 8 seconds for a recipe, but it makes 3/4, and that's fine. You're going to dump this straight up as well. And into here, we need to put redstone. Yeah. Redstone is useful for lots of things, so it's a little silly to use it like this, but, you know, needs must. And again, this is not what I had promised earlier. I guess it wasn't really a promise per se, but man, I gotta do something, because I'm tired of these dying out on me. Okay, so if I put you in here, oh, you need a distillery, not a brewery. That's gonna go up in the mixer. What did I do wrong? Crystallized sunflower oil just goes into distillery. Okay. Well, stop that for now. And we will snag this out. Snag this. Okay, look. Buddy. Help me out here. Okay. So, it didn't matter. We need to make at least one brewery anyways. I do have that other distillery, right? Please, please, please. The please has worked. That's what did it. Right here. You're gonna go there. You get the crystallized sunflower oil, and that needs the 1. Okay, good. 30 seconds. But it is making... Oh, it's making seed oil. Oh no, we need a 5th machine. That's where the brewery came from. I missed a step. Uh-oh. That's 5. Okay, let's try it then. Because one of the things is 448, 325. It may not use the whole amps, in which case the 4 amp machine will be okay. Brewery, there, okay. That was ridiculously inept, I believe. I can't put it down like that, because if I do, it'll connect to the item thing, and then everything will fall apart. See, this is getting drilling fluid now, but... Yep, we're just going to do it like this. That's fine. So crystallized seed oil goes up into here. Right, let's make sure. Crystallized seed oil, sunflower oil. No, seed oil. Seed oil is going to go into the brewery with the redstone. Okay, so redstone goes there. You are going to go up. And now we want that. Okay, so now you're making lubricant. Excellent. Now we need the other mixer. Okay, I just totally dropped the ball. That's fine. I don't mind dropping the ball as long as it works out in the end. Let's see. We're going to jump over here. You are going to output the lubricant this way, and you are going to need... Well, let's just double check. Lubricant in the mixer. Water, lubricant, and stone dust. And we decided this was too slow. So, yeah, that'll work. Okay, lubricant, please. And that is not going yet because your output has to be... I don't want it down. I don't want to see it. And this is one of the few things that I don't like seeing. Okay, you've got lubricant, and that means that I can throw you on here. Can I do that, or will you... Nope, doesn't like that. Okay, so instead we'll do you. I don't want to see this one either, if I'm honest. That'll work. That'll work. I hope it just fills 1 tank. I think that that's pretty standard, though. And where are we going to put... I think it has to go right here. As much as I hate that. It's kind of looking gap-toothed. I might throw like that there. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? But I can do that, and then that, and the other one can go right here. Okay, let's go grab stone dust. Stone dust is easy. It is... It was gonna be easy. It was gonna be easy. It's upstairs, and it is over here. So... right here. And we're getting tons of stone dust from everywhere. We're probably going to be... Well, actually, I'm like, we're voiding it, but we're not voiding it. We're not getting millions. We're getting thousands. So that's not a problem. But that does mean that we dump you right here. You get that. Good. You get a screwdriver. Screwdriver. Why? Oh. Okay. Let's try that. Come on now. I need to make a new crowbar too. That one's probably going to be out of tungsten steel as well. Just for funsies. Where did... Oh, it's on the top. Then why didn't... Oh, that's the drill. That could have gone badly. Okay. Drilling fluid. Oh, that was fast. That's hopefully going to be enough. Okay. You go away. Pretty please. And we're going to go ahead and use the large pipes. I could actually make huge ones. But we're not going to. And we're going to set this to only up. Only up. Only up. And one more. Only up. Connect you. And set you somewhere in here to output that way. Okay, so this is going to fill up. Hopefully fast enough that this is okay. Now, this is a little bit... Is the word higgledy-piggledy okay? I think a higgledy-piggledy is okay. Just all over the place. But what we want to see... Let's go see if how it's filling up here. It doesn't sound like it's running constantly, does it? Oh. Oh, we need much more. Because this is actually running at IV speed, isn't it? No, it's running at EV speed. One of these has got the 4-amp energy hatch. So I guess it's better than it was, but... How about if we do this? Break you. And we'll put a tank down. This is one of those ones that's not really that important to make a tank. Like that. Okay, so you're... We'll lock that and set you to automatically output up. Okay, so the question is, you're full, you're full, you're not full. Why aren't you full? You're full, why aren't you opening up? That's gonna be a problem. Okay, so this might not work. It's better than it was, I think. Okay, so this is making seed oil, and this looks like it's going like right away. But this is slow. And there's no faster way to make the... No, this has got the crystallized seed oil. I want to see how fast this goes. Maybe we'll look this way. Ooh. Okay, so this is out of lubricant now. This is just too slow. I mean, yeah, it's making 400. Let's see what happens. It's going to do one more, and then this will have a bucket. And then I'm going to see if it catches up. Okay, so that wasn't running at all, and that's what it's doing. But this has now got... Right, it's doing 20 buckets, millibucket. Oh, that's not even going to come close. Okay, so... The reductions are just too much. So the crystallized seed oil... Refined sunflower oil is just for dragon steel. The seed oil here is 30 seconds because it's HV by default. So is there a distillery that we could use instead? the large fractionating distillery, but again, it requires the okay. Give me a second. Let me think. Okay, so here's drilling fluid. Right click gives us the uses. The only use for it is, I mean, buckets. There's no use for the buckets. So this is the only use for it, is this guy here. And I know we just said this. I'm just running through all my thought process again. So that means that we don't need it anywhere else. I can take it away from downstairs, which is a plus. It reduces the complexity down there. But what you should see here is that we're actually getting it fairly regularly. This is not running constantly, but you know, it's running 80% of the time, which is not ideal. I recognize that. So would it be... So what we could do... No, because the distillery... Yeah, it's got to be the large fractionating distillery. We can't make that. I keep thinking we can make the large one. Is there a brewery? I think the brewery also needs a large brewing vat, which is actually well within our, which I think, corrosion-proof casing. I'm actually making pickles, like fermenting pickles. We got a huge cobalt brass and HL solid steam frame. That is feasible, but this seems like a silly place to do that. I could do it if I go down. I could do it right here. No, we won't have space for it. Won't have space for it. I could go all the way down and then bring it up. No, that's not working. So I think I've kind of put myself in a weird position for how this is all going to go. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. I'm kicking myself that I didn't even look at that. And the deal is that if we don't use sunflower oil, there are 4 options, right? Creosote, seed oil, and oh, that's it. Oh no, in the distillery we can also use fish oil. So the fish oil is 120 millibuckets, gets us 50. Why are there 2 of these recipes? That I don't know. It is very cheap though, and the only issue is, of course, that we aren't using the subtick parallels. We could fix that with the distillation tower, but that's crazy. And fish oil, we would get those in 0.2 seconds, so 0.4 seconds for 2 of these, but we'd have to guarantee that we're getting raw salmon, and in order to get raw salmon, we need to use the fisher, and I don't know that we can. It'll be 460 ticks for it to catch the fisher, and it doesn't. Oh no, that's plasma scrapping. It doesn't tell us what kind of fish it's going to catch. That's why I haven't done it yet, because is it going to catch? I mean, I guess we could do fish or like salmon. And if I right-click salmon, does it have a tag? It does. Salmon. Fish raw. So cod, salmon, tropical fish, or raw fishes. Why are there... Oh, raw salmon slice. Raw salmon. Okay, so it's still 3 fishes. These are just fishes. Okay, so puffer fish, there's 7... Oh, that's... I see. Tropical, puffer fish, salmon, and cod. It's not that I don't know what fishes are here. It's that I don't know what got added to it, if you will. Okay, so... in order to get fish oil, the problem is that there's 4. Yeah, so anything caught by that. The problem is that they don't all make the same amount. So salmon makes 60, but the puffer fish only makes 30. The tropical fish makes 70. So we'd really be running at like 1.2 seconds for 50 millibuckets of what's it? So 50 millibuckets of lubricant, whereas this makes 400 in 30 seconds. So that's 40 in 3 seconds. Gosh, it's about the same, isn't it? And, and then if we go to seed oil, if we look at just making straight seed oil, then we have to extract, and these are all 6, 3, 10. I could put a ton of them in there, but they're still 4 seconds, and that's not even going to be close because this still requires, in the brewery, lubricant. Yeah, it still is going to require a bucket. And yeah, okay. So and it's 1.6 seconds. So that's gonna take forever to get that many millibuckets of seed oil. Man, I think that we might be kind of. I mean, we could use creosote. The problem is that the creosote then is dependent on. I guess it's coming from right over here. Would it be feasible to go underneath? I mean, it's a bit of a stretch. It just has to come right over here. And if I'm using pipes anyways, I've got to do something. So is it worth it to bring the creosote over and then I can do away with... I can just bring it right up to this distillery here. And upgrade... Only got one. No. This is doing fermented biomass. See, these aren't making creosote anymore. That's the problem. This one's making creosote. So it is making enough, though. So would it be worth it to like bring it out and up and over, or actually maybe that's what we're gonna do next episode. I think we're gonna try doing that next episode. Let me think it through. So basically, what I'm getting at is. This is operating at 75%, maybe 80% efficiency. Not measured by this, not measured by that, but measured by the processing capacity of this guy here. Right, so looking at it, that's not enough because you got to look at this one here. Oh, that's the molten ore. Oh, I see. Okay, let's go look over here. How are you filling up? That's not very fast, is it? Why did it stop? What changed? Is it because I'm observing it? I literally walked over here and this stopped working. Oh my goodness. I can't even. Wait, what are you? Yeah, it's E71. I can't even. I just walk. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, whoa. I don't know what it's been doing that every once in a while. It's something about if I hold the shift key down too long, it freaks out. Okay, and I know this episode's been going long. I'm trying to figure out how to best do this. Yeah, now you're not getting any. Is it because you're dumping it in here immediately? But that's not going up. Oh, sorry, that was R, not E. So this is drilling fluid. That's not going up. Why not? Oh, this is so frustrating. Okay, so you're down to that. Oh, I know why. Because as soon as I did... Oh, I see. No. Why? This stopped running. Why did that stop running? Arrgh! Raw slurry stopped going. This is, again, why we need to... Okay, no. I see. I had this backwards. This is not input. This is output. So it is as we see that going. And then it goes in here, and then it goes over here. Man. Yeah, we got to stop using these ender tanks. Maybe it's because of how much it's using. What in the world? It stopped going again. Okay. I am going to have to... Give me 1 second. Okay, I thought maybe like the server wasn't keeping up or something. I mean, it's not on a server, it's just single player. But that doesn't seem to be it. It's saying that the crop greenhouse can't handle the output for the potato farm with fertilizer. But it's got fertilizer. It's got potatoes. It's got a 3. It's got a 3. So that part's okay. I mean, I could separate it out to 2 different doohickeys. You know what I just realized? Hold on. Let's, No, I'm not gonna... Well, I mean, I am. Just to check. Is there an updated oak sapling thing yet? There doesn't need to be one. But yeah, it's just greenhouse to get those. I have been looking at essence burning because that is one way to get distilled water. Okay. I'm kind of not rambling, but I'm not coming up with any solutions. So if you have something, actually I'll probably record it a bit ahead, and I've got a solution in mind. So share it because it might be better than what we come up with. But I'm literally gonna go maybe start right away on the next one. Yeah. All right. This has been fun. I like new solutions. I like different solutions. But I'm a little disappointed at how effectively this is going, and I don't know why this isn't constantly updating. E71. Sorry, I know I was just exiting. E71. Why aren't you running? E75. Because these guys are now busted. That's what it is. Yep. Nope. Do that. E75. And all of these need to get replaced. Nope, nope, just these ones. Oh my goodness. Okay. Did I mention this has gotta stop? E75 and raw ore slurry there, yeah. Okay, now why aren't you running? Okay, because it didn't have any... That's all it was. Okay, so this is going to be a problem because it seems like they don't like it when things start and stop. Okay, wait. Oh, no! See what I mean? It's like I'm constantly going through and replacing all these. Okay, so those are running. Everything's running. Everything's running. You're filling up. I gotta do something. I gotta do something. It's killing me. What's below here? It is this area. That is ripe for pipes, isn't it? Okay, I know I was just about to finish, but here we're gonna do at least this to make our lives easier. Let's go ahead and pull these off. And I know, hot take. Let's hot take, let's use pipes, but oh man. Okay, so it's just got to go over a little bit, and I've got these tiny stainless steel pipes that'll be just perfect. They are 75 millibuckets a tick. I don't like this necessarily because the odds of things having to cross is pretty high. But again, oh, I'm not loving these ender tanks. I don't know if it's something in the recent update has gotten them all messed up, but okay, so if I come over here and I set you to down, okay, we've just reduced our reliance on the pipes by one teeny little notch, and now this isn't running again. Okay. Okay. I appreciate you for hanging out, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flippity flop.